What product was so poorly designed that you suspect the team that made it never used the product? Those sliding shower doors with an overlapping section that is impossible to clean without taking the whole door off. Software drivers for basically any HP printer made in the last 3 decades. I just bought a waterproof cargo bag for the roof of my car that was fairly expensive. The Velcro that keeps the zipper protected was just glued on, not stitched. The very first time I opened the bag, all the Velcro came off because the attraction to itself was stronger than the adhesive bond to the vinyl bag. It's like there was absolutely zero product testing. But I'm sure it was 5 cents cheaper to make it glued rather than stitched. How could something like this have ever been allowed to leave the factory? The Bluetooth app connectivity for my washing machine. Didn't really want that feature. But it was a last-minute substitution. If the wash cycle takes longer than the initial estimate, the start time changes rather than the time remaining estimate. I just don't bother with the app. My kitchen trash can. It is one sold by Glad specifically for their bigger, extra strong 13-gallon trash bags. It is not particularly cheap. It looks good. But the design of it is what you might expect if you told aliens what a trash can is and they designed one without ever seeing it. How it holds the bag basically causes you to lose 4 gallons of capacity and have to risk tearing the bag or spilling its contents every time you go to remove it. It also has a trash bag holder that is so narrow. You have to feed it trash bags one at a time, completely defeating the point. And if you try to compact the trash a bit, you're almost guaranteed to tear the tear-resistant bag. Such a poor design. Way too many carrying products. Luggage, boxes, bags, laundry baskets have put more emphasis on comfort, softness, the top of the handle, rather than the underside, which is the side that is forced into your hand with the weight of whatever is in your box, bag, basket. All iterations of Skype after Microsoft bought it. All of the tear here markings on coffee packs, juice cartons, etc. mark the strongest, most tear-resistant part of the package. The perforated corner of a Kraft mac and cheese box. My new iron has a restart if you tip it over after it's timed out. So if you accidentally leave it plugged and it gets knocked over by accident, pet or child bumps the board, wind knocks something over, knocking the iron over, it starts up while face down. I'll add a comment as someone said something that made me think. Streaming services, search engines. You can literally have 10K to 50K things to watch. But there is absolutely no way to do an in-depth search. Doesn't have to be through a mobile app. Maybe an online connection through a website. But if I want to find a show that was running in the late 90s and I know it was science fiction, why can't I do that? So much content I might want to watch but can't find it. I have an inkjet printer that prints misaligned, makes slightly wavy text. I can't fix it because when you run the alignment diagnostic stuff, either manual or automatic, it prints a paper for you to scan so the printer can fix itself. However, the printer can't read the paper it scans because it's misaligned, so it can't get fixed. Stupidest thing I've ever seen. My clothes dryer. It has touch controls that are designed in such a way that you pretty much have to guess what you're supposed to touch. Nothing visibly looks like a button. And when turned on has an inexplicable 10+ delay before the touch controls work, so you basically poke it all over the place without even knowing if it's the right place to poke or if you simply need to wait for nothing to happen. I mean, That's what I think. At least. But can't be sure since there seriously is no visual indication of anything. There's also a numerical display which I assumed was related to the time left until it's done. But I've been using it for almost 2 years now, and I still have no clue what those numbers are meant to indicate. They certainly don't correlate with any time units I'm aware of. My refrigerator has a water filter that cannot be changed without turning off the supply, which is behind the refrigerator. So you have to pull the multi-100-pound fridge, with all the food and such, out to turn the water off before you can change the water filter. The old Maytag it replaced had no such requirement. Any stove or car with touchscreens instead of knobs and buttons. Baby wipes. Hey, you know when a good time to struggle with opening a package that says it has perforations but really doesn't. You want one? Here's a chunk of 20. You want a bunch? Here's a tiny ripped corner. You have 10 left on a trip and need to conserve. Too bad, motherfucker. Here's the rest of the pack. Get your tired ass to CVS. My mom's had 3 wheelchairs. They all suck. The brake lever mechanism invariably interferes with the footrests. On her current one, the brake lever mechanism is curved. So it's pretty good. I think it could still be better. I'm surprised they're not better. I definitely feel like given my experience I could design a much better wheelchair than anything on the market under $1,000. Some road intersections make me wonder if the engineers have actually ever driven a vehicle. The damn Outlook search function. The shift on a Nissan Pathfinder. Trying to get it into neutral is like a carnival game. Almost destroyed it trying to enter a car wash.